Hey guys, Wrestling Throwdown here. Yes, we are here early tonight. This is going to be our new schedule for at least the next 10 weeks because I have night school now on Tuesday. And Joe, obviously, his work schedule and everything. So, this time works for both of us. So,
I like it. Puts it out there sooner for the masses to consume.
yeah, people just did theirs like 7, 8 hours ago anyway. So, we're not far behind now.
Exactly. Now we're right there with the rest of them.
Yep. Hopefully, we'll get more people to
Best.
notice us.
This is like the best in-depth analysis, though. So.
Alrighty. Well, me and Joe were just talking a few minutes ago, and we thought it was definitely no more than an average show. No, not really any moments that said wow last night. I mean, yeah, it looks like there's going to be a heel turn soon, and they're getting a few matches ready for Extreme Rules, but other than that, nothing special.
Yeah. A couple of decent matches. Other than that, really nothing to shout home about. And I have my theories on where they're going with certain characters and certain characters that we'll go from there. I will say, just saw the Jericho Cena interview. Anybody who's got the WWE Network, check it out. It was quite interesting. Two guys who have hung out and drunk on the road together had pretty interesting stories, and I think it was pretty cool. Jericho did a pretty good job, and Cena came off well in the interview.
Yeah, I like his podcast, and I guess that's going to be their new guy now because of Stone Cold Steve Austin and Vince are not getting along good. I guess there's a couple problems with that. I guess he didn't like a lot of the questions that he asked Triple H last time, and then the whole tough enough thing.
Austin, I mean, he the China question, I'm sure no one was happy about. But, like, Austin will ask the tough question. He don't care. If people are tweeting it and he thinks it's a good question, he'll ask it. Jericho more toes the company line. He's been getting shit for it online for being a company ass kisser. But sometimes you do find yourself saying, oh, it was a good interview, but Jericho could have asked this or this. But Jericho I think has a better overall show, though, because he's that talker, host type.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's overall show.
Yeah, he's got the personality for it, yeah.
Austin sometimes gets out weird tangents if he doesn't have an interview.
Yeah.
We'll leave it at. I love him.
Yeah, they probably told him to do certain stuff and everything like that, and obviously stick to a certain script and everything now because obviously. I'm actually kind of surprised they let Seth, when Seth was on his podcast, talk about the Shield and about the breakup and everything like that.
But that's different. The podcast, like these on TV, obviously you got to be even more careful. But I mean, Seth was a good one. I enjoyed the Seth one.
Yeah, because they seem to be fine with him doing pretty much anything. So. Because they obviously don't get permission for going on anyone's podcast, pretty much, doing any interview.
That's kind of the way it is nowadays.
Yep. But, the Authority opens up the show, and obviously Seth getting great heel heat. And he had a new shirt, too. Was he wearing it? I think he was. He was wearing it. I know he came out with a new shirt today. It's pretty much the same shirt, though. It's really just a little bit of a different logo. It's kind of a little clearer and stuff, and then obviously it has a different Saints tag. But
I noticed it. I was like watching. I'm like, is that a new shirt? No, I can't tell. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. Like, I was kind of.
Yeah, exactly. I think it should have been like a different color or something because I was gonna get it. I was excited when he said he was coming out with a new shirt. And I said, "Oh, cool! Just in time for my birthday." And I was just like, "Oh no, never mind. I guess he didn't really come out with a new shirt." But him and obviously they announced that the Stephanie and Triple H were taking the night off. They were on vacation. And
the director of operations, Kane, was in charge, and it seemed like Kane was on the verge of a breakdown in this episode of Raw.
Yeah, he was doing some weird stuff. I don't even know. It's just obviously him and Seth getting into it too. And like I said in my status, I definitely can see Seth eventually start complaining to the Authority more and more, and them saying no and no and no. So I definitely can see Seth turning face after him losing the title.
Yeah, I think the Authority is just going to fall apart, and I think it's going to start with Kane. The director of operations, I believe, is going to go nuts. We saw the mask. There was a shot of the mask in the glass case at one point throughout the show, and I really feel like they're priming Kane for one final run with the mask. And let's please hope that this is it for Glenn. God, much respect, your future Hall of Famer. Put the mask on and then go away with the mask on. Like, how about that?
And it actually, yeah, it looks like Brad Maddox might replace him because Brad Maddox made a return.
Yeah. I would say that's probably.
Yeah, I think they probably, because they said that they wanted to use him for a while, but they were trying to find out where to fit him in. And obviously, he's probably going to get fired, and then Brad's going to come back in and everything like that. I really don't think they should keep the Authority, but I guess if they're going to, I guess they can make Brad Maddox the new, But, like, who would they keep? Big Show was supposed to turn babyface. Kane's going to leave. Seth's going to leave pretty damn soon. So they're going to have to get a new people or something. Or I guess it's just going to be Stephanie and Triple H.
Maybe just Maddox. Maybe Hunter and Steph take it. Obviously, there's a big angle coming with Ronda Rousey and The Rock, possibly at next year's Mania. But as of right now, there's really not a lot for Hunter and Steph to do. Maybe when Brock comes back, because Steph suspended Brock, so maybe there'll be something to do with the Brock angle. But right now, there's really no need for Steph and Hunter to be on television. It becomes a bit overexposure. And at least Kane putting on the mask and Maddox maybe becoming the one Authority figure if it all falls apart. It'd be different. The Authority is getting a bit sickening, and it'd be nice to change things.
I still think Brad would be a way better wrestler. I liked his work, in FCW, but it's whatever. Sometimes they'll just be like, oh, yeah, we don't really have a spot for you, but you can do this and everything like that. So
who gets the Ricardo Rodriguez treatment?
I guess as long as they have a spot for him and he's being used, I guess that's all that matters. But I was excited to see him back.
Oh, absolutely. It was refreshing to see him pop up and some news, at least a little bit of new stuff this week.
Yeah. Randy came out, obviously, and Kane announced, obviously, a triple threat with Ryback, Orton, and Roman Reigns to decide the number one contender for Seth. And Seth obviously didn't like that. Seth got in his face, as we could see backstage. Obviously not very happy.
I don't blame Kane for getting upset on this. What does Seth expect there not to be a number one contender name? You avoided wrestling Brock Lesnar. Whatever. You can beat Randy Orton. You can do it.
Exactly. It's just how they're booking him. That's why I was talking to Paul last night, and I was just like, I just can't wait until he turns face again, because it's just like I kind of just.
It'd be nice to see some confidence out of him. Like,
exactly.
You don't have the confidence to beat Randy Orton? Like, come on now. You went move for move with the guy.
I would like him to have one clean victory as champion. I really would. But obviously not going to have. He didn't even have a clean win last night against Neville, and I think they could have at least gave him a clean win against that.
Well, maybe Mania will be the quote-unquote clean win.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just...
It'd be nice. Even Triple H as a heel had clean wins. It's nice sometimes to establish.
I brought up like Brock Lesnar and Bray Wyatt and stuff like that, and they go, well, there are exceptions and stuff like that, and they go, well, that's still, Seth's the monster heel. I feel like he can at least get one clean victory. Yeah, I know he's a heel, and that's the whole thing is about, having, the whole running away coward thing. That's obviously the angle for most heels, but I still feel like
Ric Flair was the biggest heel of all, and he still wrestled after long matches to draws and victories.
Exactly.
You gotta have those signature wins, even when you're a heel. Sometimes as a champion, you gotta have those signature wins to really make your run count. And it's nice. The dusty finishes are a bit much with the run-ins and the DQs, and especially for Rollins. I feel like if anywhere Rollins has been hurt, it has been with the finishes, and always someone getting involved. Kane, even back to Money in the Bank, Kane can throw it in his face now. Oh, You could do it without me, Money in the Bank. I remember I was there. I was pissed Kane had to help Seth out that night.
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
Now Kane can think in storyline that he helped him out. Now he's champion. Like, it's shitty for Rollins. It is.
It makes him look so bad because he's so much better than that. He's technically, obviously, the best on the roster right now, in my opinion, until Balor gets on the card. But
he's earned the right to be the champion.
Yeah. Wait, what did you say? Sorry.
I just keep it simple.
My mic cut out or something. It was weird.
He's earned the right to be champion right now. I mean,
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Him and Rusev were the breakout heels of 2014, and he earned his right.
What's going on with Rusev too? Rusev wasn't even on last night.
Yeah. Seems like a lot of indecision.
Seems like he's not going to get his rematch or something. I'm not really sure what's going on with it.
We were talking about it on Raw during the Cena Challenge match on the commentary, which you had Saxton there with Michael Cole, apparently Brock Lesnar, and JBL and Booker back from their 1 week hiatus.
Yeah.
We were talking about at one point that Rusev wants to challenge him in Extreme Rules. He's exercising his rematch clause in Extreme Rules.
Well, that's good.
No matter who's the champion, because Cena's going to do the open challenge thing.
Yeah, I just felt like that was weird. I haven't seen him yet, and I guess they're just trying to keep him off because Lana's off. But still, I think that he's fine by himself, to tell you the truth.
I don't know. I tend to feel like Lana adds to his whole aura, and getting rid of Lana may do more harm than good.
Yeah.
If it ain't broke, don't. I remember when they split off Umaga from Armando Alejandro Estrada. That kind of hurt Umaga a little bit because that was.
Yeah, exactly. Because then he turned heel and then he tried to join RVD and everything like that. And it just didn't turn out good. I don't think.
Yeah,
I wasn't a fan of that.
That was Ricardo Rodriguez, with Alberto Del Rio, another.
No.
Either way, both ruined the character of Alberto and of Umaga, hurt the character, and it could hurt the character of Rusev. We got rid of Lana.
Yeah. Well, it's not the first time WWE's done something like that too. So I mean, they'll kill a great thing.
See the Wyatt family for that one.
Then Randy Orton and Kane had a match, and obviously nothing special. DQ, obviously.
Shit matches. Big Show and Roman, Randy and Kane, same old shit.
No.
Same old shit.
Same stuff. And it's just...
No disrespect to Glenn and Paul, but same old shit.
I guess the only good thing that's coming out of this is I guess the Authority's going to try to start breaking up, too. That's not the only thing, because I think it's been overdone.
It's going to start with Kane putting the mask on and flipping out and having one last run as Demon Kane and uncontrollable. He's going to quit or be relieved of his duties. Maddox will come in and no one's going to follow Maddox. And Trips and Steph, by the time they get back, the whole Authority's going to be gone. They're going to be like,
Yeah, stuff that have been overplayed. I think it needs to just end right now.
Seth needs to be on his own. Even with JJ Security, I think Seth just needs to be on his own.
It's bad. And that's why I think he's going to turn face after he loses the title. He's going to obviously just get away from the Authority and
be a situation where the remnants of the Authority inadvertently cost Rollins the belt, and maybe, like you said, a triple threat scenario with Orton or Roman winning it possibly at SummerSlam. So you can see a scenario. I think Randy's going to win it personally. I think he's going to be the next champion. Not Extreme Rules, but I don't know. Randy's.
I don't know. I mean, it's going to be at SummerSlam. I definitely see Seth losing at SummerSlam, but like they said it was going to try. They were going to try to be a triple. It's going to be a triple threat. So hopefully it's Brock, Randy, and Seth, and then Randy picks up the victory. Because like I said, he's never, like we both said. I mean, he's never gotten his rematch, and
Randy is over right now. Like there's no doubt about it. He's getting great reactions. The best he's gotten in 5 years, I feel, and He's a refreshed Randy Orton. The crowd's into him again. Obviously, the RKO. I feel like RKO vines out of nowhere really turned him babyface and got him over again. So
yeah, he's pretty much the top face right now because Brian wasn't there either last night. Like, I mean, I guess they're playing this whole angle where Sheamus supposedly hurt him though, like for real.
I saw the highlight. He had a really bad cut on SmackDown, Brian.
Yeah. Like, Sheamus is being really rough and everything like that.
New music for Sheamus, too.
Yep. And then Seth Rollins had a match with Neville, and
so mad I missed
we're
it.
both marking out. I thought it could have been better. I was kind of a little disappointed, I guess, but it was pretty much match of the night since there wasn't really any other matches except for the John Cena and Stardust. This was pretty much, it was a good match. It was definitely a good match. I just thought it could be a little better. I guess I was expecting a little more, but...
You can see Neville work WWE Champion in his second match on Raw. Good for Neville.
Yeah, definitely. I think Seth could have got a clean win on this too. I think this was kind of bullshit, but I guess because he's new, Neville's new, and they're trying to book him strong. So I guess, and then it makes sense. You don't want to bury him right away.
I mean, losing the WWE champ ain't getting buried.
I know, exactly. That's what I was saying. I was just like, it made Seth look weak.
If they made Neville look strong in a very competitive match, that wouldn't make him look weak. I mean, he lost a bunch of times chasing the belt to Owens and got his afterwards. He was already established.
Exactly.
I know it's a different ball game now, but
if anything, it made Seth look weak.
Yeah, exactly. Seth's got a cheat to beat a debuting rookie. Like, that's not.
Yeah, who is probably only going to be a mid card, in my opinion. Just saying. We'll see what happens, but.
Cena said it best in the interview. Jericho asked him, like, who do you think, is the next star? And Cena had convinced for some things to say about Roman. He was like, look, the crowd wants change, then you give them change, but it seems like it's packaged like WWE-ish, and then they spit all over it. So, like,
yeah, exactly. They'll like it for a few months, and then they won't. Hey, Zena's totally right, too, and that's why I think it's funny when he says stuff like that, too. Like that one time that he said that to the fans, he goes, oh, well, guys, what do you guys want me to turn heel just so you can, go crazy for it for, a few weeks and then turn on me again, And I started laughing. I said, it's totally true, because that's probably what would happen.
He said... when he was feuding with Rocky, there was talk of turning him heel. When he was feuding with The Rock.
Oh, really?
And he had different tights and different music and a whole different everything made up. And they backed away from the idea.
Yeah, they're scared. They're scared.
This close. And he said he was open-minded to it. He loved being a heel in OVW and when he was younger. Exactly. So he's open-minded to it. He also talked about the Make-A-Wish kids and the typical stuff.
I mean, it's not like he's going to be there for that much longer. I actually think he would probably work right now as a heel, to tell you the truth, since he's U.S. champion. It's not like he's... I get the little kids, but the little kids are starting to get really behind Roman Reigns now. I've noticed that.
I've noticed Roman... It's good to see not everybody's turned on. It's good to see.
Yeah.
I thought
all you need is the kids. All you need is the kids to find someone who's their next big person, and that's Roman, pretty much.
Yeah. So,
yeah, I think they're scared about the kids. They're gonna be like, oh no, blah blah blah, whatever.
Well, he said he's open-minded to it, but he did say, like, with the Make-A-Wish kids. He had a great point, though. He's like, the next guy's got to be ready to fill my shoes. Like, I have no problem backing off that, but this is the responsibility.
Exactly. It's not his damn fault that he's not putting people over. He wants to put people over. It's damn WWE.
And he's embracing his run as the U.S. champ to put people over. And Daniel Bryan did the same thing in recent interviews about being Intercontinental champ. Daniel Bryan even said he wanted to put Heath Slater over on actually Jericho's podcast last week online. Heath Slater, Daniel Bryan wants to put over. He said this.
I told you, every single wrestler thinks Heath Slater is great. I'm telling you, no one believes me. Seth said it. Seth says he doesn't of the time when he's a jobber. I'm telling you, I've seen talent in Heath Slater a long ass time ago, and everyone was just like, "Oh no, he sucks." I go, no, he's definitely talented.
He knows how to get heat. That's a good quality to have in a heel. He knows how to get heat.
Definitely. And then John Cena had a match with Stardust, and it was good. How do you feel about him defending the title every week, too? I like that. I think it's different.
It's ironic, because when John Cena first debuted, it was a Kurt Angle open challenge, which John Cena actually talked about that in the interview, too. That was supposed to be Undertaker versus Angle, but Taker was hurt and had to miss the show. So they were like, all right, I think it was Michael Hayes, like, all right, kid, you're getting friggin' used tonight. You got to work Angle. So, like, that's how Cena debuted, and now it's obviously full circle where Cena's giving the young guys opportunity to rise up. And Cena's work rate, I feel like, has improved, and I feel like he's to be a mid-card champion, that usually means you got to work the best matches. You got to have you're the workers champion if you're the U.S. or Intercontinental champion. At least that's how it used to be. And I think Cena's really taken that approach. And Jericho even complimented him on a few new moves. They talked about the 5 moves of doom and all of that.
Yeah, the springboard stunner, I guess they're calling it. Yeah.
Yeah.
People were excited about that. People were like, "Oh, he's finally got move number 6." I was like, "Oh wow, shut up."
Cyber tonight, last night on Raw, which Jericho mentioned.
Yeah. Yeah, I still gotta watch that.
It was a good match.
Different things though. Some people said they didn't like it. Some people liked it, and some people didn't. So when I heard that people didn't like it,
I don't like John Cena. Like, if you're one of those people that just don't like John Cena, this interview is probably not for you. But I feel like Cena comes off.
Yeah, I like Cena, so I'm sure I'll like it.
As a human being, I feel like, and him and Jericho click. So this chemistry there at the interview, they're former traveling buddies. They talk about how Cena got the freestyle gimmick. He was freestyling in the back with, like, Rikishi and a bunch of the guys, and talked about how Eddie was freestyling. And there was some good stuff to get out of it. And like, even Jericho was like, Eddie was freestyling? No way.
That's awesome.
Rey Mysterio, a bunch of guys.
That's awesome. That's so cool. Yeah, he's been having good matches, though. He had a good match with Dean Ambrose. He had a good match with Stardust, so I like that he's having different matches and everything like that. This was the other match of the night. Other than this, though, it's pretty much...
I don't mind that John Cena suck and the fans, like, booing him. But, like, if you can't respect him as a man, his work rate, he's not going to be around too much longer. Yeah. To the point where, like, I appreciate the fact that he's gone to the mid-card and, you know...
I noticed the boos slowed down a lot. I noticed he's getting more cheers now and everything like that. And I don't know if it's because he beat a massive heel, and now I think it has something to do with a little bit of both. I think it has, like, some people obviously, just the kids obviously, and even if you don't like them, they obviously want, you know, the U.S. champion to be, you know, from the United States and everything, but they also, he's went to mid-carder and everything. He's defending and everything, and he's kind of not taking the spotlight as much now, so I think that's why a lot of people are respecting that.
That belt, which was his first singles championship he ever held in WWE. Yeah. He's trying to make the belt, the U.S. Championship belt, mean something again. Which, let's face it, that belt has lost a lot of meaning. I say it, the Triple H saying, the title don't make the man make the title. And to have Daniel Bryan and John Cena as your 2 mid-card champions, you're making a conscious effort to try to reestablish those belts as signature belts. And there's nothing wrong with that. They should have meaning. Jericho even said they should have meaning.
Mm-hmm. And then there is a Divas match. And I guess there's going to be a battle royal for the #1 contender. It should be Naomi, but I think she's still going to end up winning anyways.
It seems like they're pushing her strong as the new #1 contender with AJ, which is good to see. I think Naomi was supposed to get a one-on-one shot at AJ Lee and supposed to be the one to beat AJ Lee before Oksana broke her eye socket. So I'm glad Naomi's worked hard, and I feel like if she could get the title, maybe the Usos get the titles back off King Cesaro, even though they're doing a great job right now as champs. You know, I'd be cool, Team Extreme kind of revisited moment to have Naomi as the Divas champ and Usos maybe win the titles back for the 3rd time, which I can see happening.
Yeah. definitely. I don't think they're gonna split up anytime soon or anything like that. I hope they don't. I hope they keep them as a tag team for their whole career. I think they need to because they're so WWE is so into breaking up tag teams, and that would just be stupid.
I remember with both needs of tag teams, then with Edge and Christian Hardy's Dudleys, and then they decided to do the brand extension with Raw and SmackDown being two separate rosters. And it's like in one fell swoop, it's like, all right, let's kill this whole thing. And Matt and Jeff were on different shows. That's how you got Mattitude and all that shit. Edge and Christian were on two different shows. Devon became a Deacon, was on SmackDown. Bubba Ray was pretty much just Spike, and just with Spike and Dudley and by himself. So it was just a weird time where they split they split up a bunch of tag teams. It was weird.
That's crazy. They actually said too. They mentioned AJ Lee's retirement and everything too, and they said that I guess the rumor is they just want to. It's not like a storyline, obviously, or anything like that, but they said they want to just keep peace with her and everything like that. They don't want to like bash her. I guess like they bashed her husband, obviously. You know how they turned it into a kind of like a quitter thing. Stephanie doing the whole CM Punk quitter thing, you know.
Well, they had no choice but to do that with the hostile Chicago crowd and other crowds they faced. They had to do it.
Exactly. And she didn't leave on a bad note either. She gave him notice and everything like that. She was respectful and everything like that. So.
Yeah. I mean, she had accomplished, and I kind of said this in my video I posted. She had accomplished all she could. What more she accomplished? Break Eve Torres' record.
Exactly.
She wasn't going to long enough to break Trish's record. So, it is what it is. I think she's in the Hall of Fame based on her achievements. And if she were to come back in the future, maybe down the line in a couple of years, it would be a nice, fresh face back in the swing of things. But right now, I mean, I have a family. Let her write a book.
They're trying to say she's pregnant. I don't think she's pregnant, but she's probably planning on getting pregnant, I'm thinking, obviously.
There's that picture with her and Bailey that's kind of suggestive that it may be making the rounds. But.
Yeah, they were weird. They were doing weird poses. I did see those pictures. I was just like, what's going on? They were like holding her stomach and everything like that. Like really interesting. Yeah, I seen those. Luke Harper versus Ryback. Oh my God, I don't even know what to say about this. Obviously, this was a jobber match. This match just was squashed, and I feel so bad for Luke Harper. It's just like, to tell you the truth, I really am not. You guys know I'm not a huge fan of Ryback, and I think that this is just like ridiculous that they're doing this to Luke Harper. Luke Harper is better on the mic than Ryback. He's better in the ring than Ryback. And they're just squashing him for no reason.
I disagree with you in part because Ryback right now, he's being very successful doing what he's doing. He's over. Feed Me More is one of the most chanted things. I feel like Ryback has come full circle and has earned his spot credible on the roster. He's eaten a lot of shit to get there. All the shit with Ryback. I got a lot of respect for Ryback and how he carries himself. However, the situation with Luke Harper and Eric Rowan, I know you like Eric Rowan, they're both tragic. And Luke Harper, it's like when you get that tagline, the new Bruiser Brody, it's almost more of a gift, more of a curse than a gift. And a lot of guys who are supposed to be big names were kind of backstage pegged with, oh, he's the new Bruiser Brody. And then it's just like, maybe because Bruiser Brody died young, it's a curse. Who knows? But, I love Luke Harper, loved his work in Ring of Honor, loved his work with the Wyatts. I feel like they never should have split up him and Rowan as a tag team. Mm-hmm. Quite frankly, they could have used the depth in the tag team division, and they should have won the titles against the Usos. The crowd was ready for it. So, again, the Wyatt family getting split up. To this day, more harm than good was causing them. Shield splitting up, say what you want about Ambrose's bad booking. All three guys are made single stars since the Shield split up. Even with Ambrose's shoddy booking. He's still got the crowd behind him.
Dean, too. Dean's been putting on great matches. I'm not worried about him. It's just Luke Harper. The problem with Luke Harper is they're putting him in these squasher jobber matches. Like he's losing it within like 5 minutes, and it's just like it's not necessary.
He won the title 2 months ago. What happened to that? You know?
Exactly. Supposedly him and Dean are gonna fight at Extreme Rules. They're gonna have a little feud.
Luke Harper and Dean?
And everything. Yeah, so that's nice. But even then, if that's really going to happen, why put him in a 5-minute squasher match? It doesn't make sense.
I would like to
see the match, but it's supposed to be a tables match, I guess. But
I got no problem with Luke Harper putting over Ryback, but I would have liked to seen like Luke Harper actually.
Exactly. If he's going to be in a match with Dean Ambrose, both of them are great workers and everything like that. I feel like they need it because Dean doesn't have those short matches, even though he's been losing every single freaking match. At least he's been having great matches and been looking good, you know.
Agreed.
The New Day versus Lucha Dragons. Obviously, New Day. I think they're finally listening to the fans. They're finally, I think they're starting to turn heel a little bit, which I think's good. They needed to do this a long time ago. They need heel tag teams too. I think they have too many face tag teams now, so that's probably another reason why they.
It's just called up.
Yeah.
And you got prime time players. You got way too many face tag teams.
Yeah, Las Matadores, they way too many. So they needed another heel strong tag team.
Yep, exactly. Literally, and Miz and Mizdow were like the only heel team, and they were half face.
Yep, exactly. So, and it looks like they're, I know they were wearing blue for a while, but it looks like green's their new colors. Now we gotta start calling them New Day, Green Day or whatever.
Yeah. I think that one's trademarked.
But yeah, I'm excited to actually finally see them turn a heel. Hopefully, that's the only thing that was really kind of got me interested in last night. Pretty much was that.
From a personal standpoint.
And we lost Joe. But I think that this was a long time coming. I think they needed to do this a long time ago. And I think I feel like it's a little bit forced. I feel like they kind of felt like they needed to because obviously the fans and stuff like that. They'll feel like if they have to do something, turn someone heel or face or whatever, depending on the crowd's reaction. But and they needed to. They're nothing. Is the whole point to put them together was that they were supposed to be a heel dominant team, not a face. The whole thing was to obviously give Kofi personality, bring Big E's personality back, and everything like that. So, in order for them to do that, turn them heel. And Xavier Woods is obviously good on the mic too. So. The whole point of that was to turn them heel, not have them face and just, put them together for no reason and keep them face. It just wouldn't have made sense.
Yeah. It's obvious. It's a good move for them. I hope they can salvage their careers. Kofi's really never been heel, so I'm hoping to see Kofi pull that off.
Yeah, you said he was heel back in his Indie or whatever. Yeah, so it's good to see that.
Up in New England. Chaotic Wrestling, shout out Chaotic Wrestling.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that. Like I said, Kofi is Neville. Neville is Kofi. Those two I compare both talented and very athletic, but they have no personality, and they need a heel turn.
Neville's the new thing on the block. He's got a lot more shelf life.
Yeah, I've noticed people are liking him too. People are way more behind him than So.
See, I think Neville shows a personality. He's got this little douchebagginess, which I think rubs you the wrong way. Because he is kind of...
No, he didn't start that though until the very end. That's when I actually was starting to get into. I haven't liked Neville though since I first, actually seen him in NXT, and he didn't start that cockiness until he was feuding with Sami Zayn. And that was actually when I was like, are they finally going to turn him heel? Hell yes. I was actually excited, and obviously they dropped the ball with that, so.
At least he's not Mighty Mouse.
Yeah, that's what someone said too last night. Yeah.
That
He's
wouldn't be
getting over with the fans, though. I know a lot of people like him, so, I hope he proves me wrong.
NXT, NXT as a brand is so almost. I mean, even the Lucha Dragons, who I think we'd all agree on the second tier of caliber of what's in NXT. You say what you want about Neville, he was one of the guys who were going to get called up next. We all knew that.
Hmm.
Lucha Dragon, that one kind of was a surprise, but
Yeah, that was. But they just lost their title, though, too. Usually, once you lose your title, you move up,
and, and Sin Cara was doing singles matches, so it's better off they had the tag team up than Sin Cara doing matches by himself. I'm a firm believer in that. So
Yeah.
that was good. And the crowd's into him, but it's almost like anything from NXT. Like, you imagine when they call up
Yeah.
Enzo and Taz? Like, you imagine
Oh,
when they
God, awesome. And they're probably gonna be pretty close. I'd say within like 6 to 8 months. I would say they're probably gonna go because they're probably gonna lose at first with Blake, and the NXT champions. But then obviously they're gonna feud with them for a while, and then obviously I think they're gonna keep the title for 4-ish months. I'd say within 6 to 8 months they're probably gonna come up. I would say, like I said, they haven't had, and people are so against them too. And I talked about this in my NXT video too. That people are just so quick to judge on them just because Enzo Amore got hurt early on, and so Big Cass was kind of by himself. They didn't really have many matches, and they really haven't had much time to work together. So yeah, they're kind of their in-ring work, could be a little bit better, but at the same time, I mean, it's just like they really haven't had that much time.
talking to an old school fan here, and I hadn't followed Enzo Amore throughout his development. I see the New Age Outlaws when I see them. Just a little bit of Italian seasoning on it, but that's what they did with Road Dogg. They hung on his every fucking word, and they do that with. I don't care what these people who think they're intelligent think. The crowds, you can hear it in the crowds. They're not just
Exactly.
people. You heard it when they went on the road too. So the Arnold thing and the other things, they are into it. People are watching, and people are saying the words at home, and people are into it. And people who think elsewise, like, maybe you should pay attention more. These guys are going to be fine. Blake and Murphy, I'd be more concerned about because they seem very cookie cutter. And
They actually, I haven't seen much of them, and then because Minor told me that they just kind of they put them together when they got into NXT and made them a tag team. They work actually really well together. I was just watching their matches, and they actually are pretty damn good. Kind of into them.
Good. I don't know. They need to win me over a little bit more. I don't think they're that good. But they're good right now for the champs, be transitional until Enzo and Cass take it.
I think they'll just, like I said, not everybody is perfect right away because, like they said, they kind of put them together, both as single competitors, and they made them a tag team. So
this to my males out there, and my females who happen to love looking at lovely females as well. How could y'all hate on this trio, which features the lovely Carmella, the fabulous Carmella at their side? Come on, guys. Are you freaking blind? Seriously? Former Patch cheerleader. God. And she's got the style and pizzazz. The whole package is I don't get why people are people just need
I didn't even think people, but you know what, they were like that with the Ascension right when they came in, and I guess I can agree with the Ascension because they really haven't done much, but I still like the Ascension and I still have faith in them. I'm not going to just turn on them just because
they're a victim of the bad booking. They shouldn't have been made to look like LOD. That was a bad mistake. It seemed like a Vince idea. I don't think it was a good one. They were fine as soldiers of the Illuminati. That's what it should have been played up as. Their NXT, which I've noticed more and more people are keeping their NXT gimmick. The Lucha Dragons. You know what I mean? And the most far kept his gimmick. He tweaked it a little bit, but.
And then obviously, kept only had his last name, so.
Put that cape, but other than that, it's pretty much the same character.
Yeah. Roman Reigns versus Big Show.
Boring. How many times have you seen this matchup?
I don't even know. Just you got someone who needs to retire and someone who passes out after 10 minutes. So I'm sorry, but it needed to be said. So obviously they're not going to put on a great match. So I was doing other stuff during this match.
God, so stupid.
But yeah, I think Roman's out of the title picture for a while. I think he is. Word is he's feuding with Bray Wyatt, so I think it'll be interesting.
Two guys who need something to do at this point.
Yeah. I mean, I still think that he needs to feud with his brother and stuff like that. I think that would be cool. But
yeah, I'm with you on that. That needs to happen.
Yeah,
especially when Bo Dallas jobbed out the Sting in Sting's interview. I don't know if you saw that. Sting's little post-Raw interview last week. Bo Dallas came out and Sting gave him the death drop.
Oh, really? That's awesome. Yeah, they definitely need to do that.
Seriously, you could be like, look, you're getting punked out by all these guys. Like, the storyline's right there. I don't know why they're missing it. It's right there. And they could make something out of Bo Dallas, which they don't have anything with him at this point.
Yeah, it's just, Mark Henry, it looks like he's technically a face now, pretty much, because he had a match with Sheamus. And Sheamus obviously got over cleanly. Sheamus is getting that cocky attitude too. He had a nice little shot back at him on Twitter about him being this new aggressive person. He goes, "Oh, I'm sorry." He goes, "I didn't know PG at PG era." He goes, "I thought it meant I forgot what he said, something progressive or something like that. I don't know, but." Obviously, he goes, I'm used to fighting like this. So, I don't know if it was just like part of his character thing or if he was really just kind of like pissed at like people who are saying he's like kind of like dangerous in the ring now. I don't know.
Well, I've always heard that personally. Like that brogue kick, I've heard is very stiff. I've heard people don't like taking it. He's stiff. I mean, I think that adds to his style personally.
No.
But, I mean, it is what it is. People are going to get swole. They said the same thing about Rob Van Dam. Certain guys get that. It is what it is. Kurt Angle got it.
I guess it just depends on how many injuries you get from them. I don't know. If they protect you. Yeah, I mean, if you're stiff, that's fine. But I feel like it's just a matter of, like, if you're not going to injure someone, if you're going to give them a cut or something, that's fine. Stop being a baby about it. It's wrestling. You're going to get hurt like that. But as long as you don't get injuries, I guess,
Great watching the Joe Roman match.
Yeah. Now, this is something I didn't even understand. I don't know. I thought this match wasn't even going to happen, but obviously it made it so Miz could get a cheap win. But the Miz versus Damien Mizdow, obviously Miz won with tights and everything like that, so obviously they're not done. I thought this match wasn't even going to happen because it was so late in the night, and I forgot that they still had this match, and then especially since the main event, but this was actually longer than the main event, so.
I'm really scared that they're just going to ruin it. They're ruining the Goldust and Stardust feud, and they built this feud up so beautiful, and Mizdow had his moment at WrestleMania. I'm really worried that they're just gonna. I'm definitely concerned.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have him for a few months. I feel like they're gonna keep him good for a few months, but after that, I have no idea. Obviously, they're going to have a match. I would think at Extreme Rules. I don't know though. I guess they could just have a few matches here and there on Raw and stuff like that. Maybe they don't want to put them on a card yet. Maybe they think there's no point, but I don't really know. I didn't understand it. I think they needed to build up the feud.
One thing I'll say about Mizdow, he's one of those guys that he always makes the best out of everything, so I at least have faith.
Just like Tyler Breeze, too. Tyler Breeze has had crappy gimmicks, too, supposedly. That's what Paul Jaser said. He says he watched him in the Indies. He said he always had crappy gimmicks, and he always made the best out of them. Just like this whole selfie thing now. He makes the best out of it.
I see some Ziggler in Tyler Breeze. I really do.
Yeah.
And furthermore, great win against Tatami last week. Was rather shocked they put him over.
I actually like that. I don't know if you see my NXT video, but I preferred that because I said Hideo Itami is not going to move up to the roster anytime like really soon because obviously he still has to get used to. He came from Japan, so he's got that rough kind of. They're very rough there and everything like that. They have a completely different in-ring style and everything like that. So he's got to completely change from that to Japan, to WWE's in-ring style. So it's like completely opposite. So I think Tyler Breeze is moving up soon. So I would give it to the person who obviously needs it more.
In my opinion, he's ready. I think Tyler Breeze and Sami Zayn are the next two of the males, and then Charlotte of females.
Yeah, there's so many people that you can move up right now, and I think they're just waiting on a few because obviously they need to have some people retire, like Mark Henry, Big Show, and Kane, taking up spots for people. Like, where was Heath Slater? Where was Zack Ryder? Where was all these people that they could have used? And yeah, but they're going to use Big Show, Kane. Big Show and Kane are the authority right now, so I guess I can understand that. But Mark Henry, no offense to Mark Henry or anything, but
Big Show and Kane are always in the main events. Always. Always, always, always. It's enough. It's not just the fact that they're on TV. They're always in the main of fucking events on Raw and SmackDown. It's like, I've seen 2/3 of the show and I'm happy, and here's Big Show and Kane in the main event doing the same old shit.
The main events have just been bad lately, and obviously the main event was obviously the triple threat and for the number one contender, and it was only like 5 minutes, and Seth came out, destroyed Roman. Then they came in and tried to beat up Randy, and that didn't work very good. And Randy got Ryback off an RKO, off a distraction, and that was pretty much it. And 1, 2, 3. I mean, it was a 5-minute match. It was shorter than heck, I think it was almost shorter than Ryback versus Luke Harper, to tell you the truth. But yeah,
footing in this Orton versus Rollins feud.
It's just. I don't even understand the main events now. Like, it's just like they're starting off good and everything, but even then they didn't really start off strong this time. This whole Raw was just kind of like average to me, not strong at all. Yeah, definitely. So I mean, I guess we'll just see what happens.
To the same old shit.
Yeah, pretty much. They need to start opening better. I think they need to open with a strong match, and then close with a good segment. That's what they need to do, because they like to open with a segment and then close with a good match. And they're not even closing with a good match; they're closing with a 5-minute match. Like, the past few main events have been only like 5 or 10 minutes because they start them at like 10:55.
It's weird.
And it's like, and then they get on at like 11:05. Like, oh my god, crazy. But yeah, that was Raw for you. But yeah, well, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to tune into the Strike Zone this Thursday. Who are you guys interviewing this week?
My good friend Michael Lyle, former producer for the Mike in the Morning radio show, great friend of mine as well. He should be coming on. And a good friend of mine, Ryan Fox, I believe, will be coming on in place of Jay, with JOB in Boston, watching the Frozen 4. So there we go. There's your Strike Zone lineup.
Alrighty. Well, don't forget to tune into that. Don't forget to tune into Joe's channel. I know he made his own AJ Lee retirement video. Did you make any other videos?
Oh, I did reaction to Miners, Wisconsin.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that one too, yeah.
Although I'm sure Miner is very upset as the Duke Blue Devils.
Yeah, he had a bad night last night.
It seemed like it. Poor guy.
Yeah.
Oh. I was rooting for the Badgers, buddy. I rooted for you. I hate Duke anyway, but I was rooting for you.
Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter. Don't forget to join our Facebook group. Yes. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.